Good morning, it's day 65. Yesterday turned out to be a pretty good day. Walked until the intersection, then had a detour into town where I managed to get a hitch pretty quickly. Bought my resupply for 7 days, had a hamburger and chips and a coffee, which is nice, and then walked back to the intersection, back on trail. Very short road walk, and then a neat piece of track, old track, hasn't been used very much, but nice and fun, nice scenery, and then a road walk for the rest of the day. Rained on and off all day. Last night, rained on and off. This morning, no rain while I packed up, which is nice. It's overcast and looks like it's going to rain. Today, quick 6k on the road, but it's a nice gravel road, easy to walk on, nice scenery, the forest around. And then I am on trail for the rest of the day and the next couple of days, which is nice. Not sure what condition the trail is like. It's not marked. Hopefully it's like yesterday. And I'm on that for, I think, about 15 kilometres. Then there's a little bit of cross country cutting across near some lakes. And then I'm on marked trails again. So it's a cold morning, lots of condensation on my tent last night, so it's a little slow in my morning routine, wiping the tent down. But the good thing about my tent, once I wipe it down, it doesn't hold the moisture, so it doesn't gain weight at all. And when I put it up, generally it's dry within a couple of minutes. That happened last night. My tent was a little wet when I put it away yesterday morning. Put it up last night, within 5 minutes it was all dry, which was good. So yeah, hopefully it's another good day. You can probably hear by my voice, the cold's still there. The only time I really notice it is on the short steep hills when I'm breathing hard. That's where I feel the chest a bit cloggy. Apart from that, it doesn't seem to be affecting my energy levels, which is good. Well, this is looking good for it being a decent trail. There's a sign and it looks like a good trail, so fingers crossed it's like this all the way. It's a good trail, but it's steep. So the trail has markers where it looks like there might be another trail going off, which is all you need really. Now we're out of the trees. The trail does have markers. It's got these posts with orange on it, which are needed because the trail almost disappears going through the swamps. Lots and lots of lakes. So I've just left the first private hut near Seta, and I'm surprised to find a bridge over the next river, which is a nice luxury. I think it's for the reindeer when they're herding. So you can just make out the hut in there. From that hut I'm now off trail, cross country, up and over a small hill, and then I should see the lake on the other side, which is my next waypoint. And then from that lake it's cross country again, to hopefully join up with a track which goes between the two lakes. I am on the highway of cross-country travel in Norway, which is the swamps, because even though they are wet, they're clear of vegetation, which means you can go at a decent speed. So I am at the lake, my waypoint, and I'm just making my way around it, and then I'll go up and over the end and hopefully find a track. If not, I just make sure I walk between the lakes, and possibly a hut will come into view. There are still a few patches of trees that you have to make your way through, but thankfully here the trees are quite sparse and there doesn't appear to be a lot of undergrowth, so it's actually not too bad. I'm between the two lakes now, and I need to go a little bit further over to get to the track. This looks like quite a deep crossing. Isn't quite as deep as it looked because there's dark weed on the rocks, and that's what made it look like it was really deep. It came up to mid-thigh at the deepest. Look at this boardwalk with grip on it, and this massive information board and sign. I'm guessing people maybe can come in by boat or helicopter, because it seems pretty extreme if you're only coming in by walking. So the boardwalk's not just the swamps, we're also getting it up in the trees as well. And it's been continuous. And I hope it's not going to be 3 kilometres of this. So 500 metres of boardwalk, but it's leading to this, which... Aha! I think that says it is the midpoint of Norway, the absolute middle. So, there you go. I'm in the middle of Norway. I thought I was further south. And that was the boardwalk leading to it. And that looks to be more like a normal track. So I am at the geographic middle of Norway. That's what that sign says. Now this is more the trail I was expecting. So my cold is affecting me just on the uphills. I'm running out of breath a lot quicker. And every now and again really need to clear the lungs out. Doesn't help. This track, since I left that boardwalk, has been constant wet, and not just the normal wet, but feet sinking in, every step wet. And there's a couple of sort of 3 metre long dry patch, and then back into the wet. Fairly tiring when I can't get my breath. So I've been taking a lot of rest stops along the way and constantly clearing my nose as well. So hiking with a cold is not a lot of fun, but it's beautiful. Here you go, another rest stop. And usually by this stage I've stopped puffing. As you can hear, I'm still puffing. So that's what reduced lung capacity does. Whew. Okay, so I have reached the junction, and the 11 kilometre is where I'm going. This is a private hut, and basically I'm going down, and then I'm going up and over that hill, down the other side, and you can see at the back that really steep, almost cliff. So I'll be going along the base of that down the valley. Do you notice something different in these pictures? Look at the blue sky. It is amazing. Seems like a long time since I've had blue sky in 360 degree. I've had blue sky in patches, but there's always been rain threatening. So this is amazing. Talk about extremes. Over the last few days it's been struggling to get near 10, and this one, it is in the sun, but has it up at 28. Well, it's tough doing a steep climb last thing at night. It's a lot nicer than having to do it first thing in the morning. I've just left the hut down in the trees, and I've decided to go up this hill and camp in the open, make the most of this wonderful blue sky, and lovely views as well. Sorry about the sun.